Once upon a time in a distant castle, there lived a beautiful princess named Elizabeth. Elizabeth was kind-hearted and loved by everyone in the kingdom. However, she lived in the castle all by herself without any friends her age. One day, a powerful sorcerer named Malachi appeared in the castle. Malachi was captivated by Elizabeth's beauty and decided to take her as his captive. He turned Elizabeth into a tiny bird and flew away with her high in the sky. As she flew through the sky, Elizabeth noticed a beautiful palace located on a high mountain. She decided to land there and discovered that she had arrived in the land of fairies. The land of fairies was a magical world full of colors, laughter, and happiness. The fairies welcomed her with great joy and offered to help her. Elizabeth told them about her situation and about the wicked Malachi. The fairies decided to assist her in reclaiming her identity and returning to her castle. They gave Elizabeth a magical flower that possessed the power to restore her to her original form. However, they told her that she must face difficult challenges and overcome dangers on her journey back to the castle. Elizabeth began her journey and passed through a dark forest filled with terrifying monsters. She bravely and cleverly tried to bypass the monsters and managed to reach the other side of the forest. Then she came across a deep lake inhabited by mysterious creatures. Elizabeth had to swim across the lake, and with her magical abilities and bravery, she successfully made it across. She continued her journey and reached the high mountain where the magical palace stood, the same one she had seen from the sky. She confronted Malachi with determination and a strong desire to return to her normal life. Elizabeth used her inner strength and the magic of the flower to fight against Malachi. After a long battle, she defeated him and transformed him into a tiny bird under her command. Elizabeth returned to her original form and regained her nature as a beautiful princess. The fairies accompanied her back to her castle, where the people in the kingdom eagerly awaited her return. Everyone celebrated Elizabeth's return with joy and happiness. They all learned a valuable lesson about bravery, friendship, and the importance of self-confidence. And so, Elizabeth lived a happy life in her castle, always remembering the brave adventure that led her to the land of fairies and back to her beloved kingdom.
Once upon a time in a small village in the heart of the forest, there lived a young boy named Ahmed. Ahmed was a lively and energetic boy who loved exploring the world around him. He had a vivid imagination and a love for adventures. One day, Ahmed set out on an adventurous journey into the forest. He carried a small bag with him containing an old storybook and a map of the area. His goal was to discover an ancient treasure rumored to be hidden deep within the forest. Ahmed walked through narrow trails, climbed high mountains, and crossed rushing rivers. He enjoyed watching the birds and different animals that lived in the forest. The adventure was thrilling and full of surprises. He reached the location of the treasure and according to the map, he had to dig at a specific spot. He started digging the ground with the help of the hammer and small shovel he had in his bag. After some time and effort, he uncovered an old wooden chest. He opened the chest and inside was a journal holding secrets and adventures that hadn't been read by anyone in a long time. Ahmed was ecstatic because he had discovered something valuable and thrilling. The pages told stories about a fictional hero named Ali, a boy who embarked on journeys across seas, deserts, and mysterious cities. Ahmed was excited to continue reading the story, so he lay down on the green grass and started reading with deep concentration. The story was captivating and amazing, and he felt as if he was living in a fantastical world. As time went on, Ahmed became addicted to reading Ali's adventures. He began to imagine himself as part of the story and desired to become a hero like Ali. Ahmed decided to continue his own adventures and explore the real world in a similar way. He returned to his village and told his friends about his adventures and the stories he had discovered. Encouraged and supported by his friends, they decided to join him on the adventure journeys. They became a close-knit group of friends exploring the forest together and living unforgettable adventures. And so, Ahmed and his friends' stories continued to grow and evolve. They learned a lot about bravery, friendship, and discovery. Over the years, they became true heroes in the hearts of the people, and their stories were told in the village for generations to come. And so, they continued to explore the world, facing challenges and making discoveries. They learned that life is an endless adventure, and that bravery and friendship are the keys to achieving their dreams and overcoming the obstacles that come their way. In a distant land, beneath a magical sky filled with stars, there was a magical kingdom called the Kingdom of Dreams. The kingdom was filled with beauty and happiness, and its people lived perfect lives. In this kingdom, there was a young boy named Yusuf. Yusuf was a playful and curious child who loved exploration and adventure. He had a vivid imagination and dreamt of being a hero in tales of legends. One day, as Yusuf relaxed in the palace garden, a beautiful little sorceress named Layla appeared before him. Layla carried a magical wand and wore a warm smile on her face. She told Yusuf, "You are the brave child who possesses the power to fulfill your dreams." When Yusuf asked her about his dreams, Layla said, "I want you to experience an unforgettable adventure and become the hero of your own story." And indeed, with a magical wave of her wand, Yusuf was transported to a magical land filled with strange creatures and wondrous places. Yusuf learned that there was an evil being in this magical land named Ivan the Dark. Ivan the Dark sought to steal happiness and dreams from people's hearts. Yusuf decided to confront Ivan and save the kingdom from his wicked grasp. Yusuf traveled through dense forests and crossed deep valleys, facing numerous challenges along the way. He encountered intriguing characters and made new friends, learning much about bravery and friendship on his journey. Finally, Yusuf arrived at Ivan's dark palace. The palace was gloomy and menacing, but Yusuf felt no fear. He approached Ivan and confronted him with courage, using his inner strength and belief in goodness to defeat the villain. The epic battle between Yusuf and Ivan commenced. Yusuf utilized his skills and bravery to defeat Ivan and restore hope and happiness to the kingdom. Once Ivan was defeated, vibrant colors and beautiful laughter returned to the magical land. Yusuf was hailed as a hero and became a symbol of bravery and faith in the kingdom. He returned to his kingdom carried on the shoulders of the people, warmly welcomed by them. Yusuf lived a life full of adventure and happiness, and his story remained engraved in the hearts of the people forever. Since then, the Kingdom of Dreams continued to thrive in prosperity and happiness. Dreams came to life, and new adventures awaited the brave souls who believed in inner strength and imagination.
Once upon a time, there was a magical kingdom called the Kingdom of Colors. The kingdom was filled with vibrant colors and beautiful shapes everywhere. The people in the kingdom were happy, joyful, and lived a life full of happiness. In this kingdom, a little girl named Layla was born. Layla was a smart and beautiful girl who had a unique talent, the ability to create enchanting drawings that came to life with vibrant colors. Layla loved sharing her drawings with people and bringing joy and beauty to their lives. However, one day, the Kingdom of Colors came under attack by an evil sorcerer named Mordo. Mordo and his gang of villains arrived and stole all the colors from the kingdom, leaving it white, dark, and miserable. When Layla saw what had happened, she felt deep sadness and anger. She decided that she would not allow darkness and evil to prevail in her beloved kingdom. Layla resolved to challenge Mordo and reclaim the stolen colors. Using her special talent in drawing and colors, Layla drew a magical sword that held the power of the magical colors. She left the village and embarked on a challenging journey to confront Mordo and save her kingdom. On her journey, Layla faced numerous challenges and risks. She passed through dark forests, climbed high mountains, and crossed deep rivers. But she never lost hope and remained determined to restore the colors. Finally, Layla arrived at Mordo's evil castle. She confronted him, and an epic battle ensued. Layla used her magical sword and drew with enchanting colors, bringing life and colors back to the kingdom. Mordo realized Layla's power and knew he couldn't defeat her. Layla emerged victorious from the battle, defeating Mordo and his gang. The colors returned to the kingdom, and the people celebrated the return of joy and happiness. Layla became a true hero in the hearts of the people, and her beautiful memory was cherished forever. Layla returned to her kingdom and became the Queen of Colors. She taught people the art of drawing, colors, and innovation. The kingdom thrived in happiness and peace, where colors, arts, and creativity flourished. And so, Layla transformed from a little girl into an unforgettable hero. Her story of bravery, strong will, and the ability to restore beauty and joy to the kingdom will be told for generations to come, remaining a source of inspiration for people who believe in the power of colors, imagination, and bravery.
In a small village, there lived a humble family consisting of a father, a mother, and 3 children. The children were named Hassan, Layla, and Kareem. They were kind-hearted and filled with love and dreams. Hassan had a big dream of becoming a famous painter. He loved drawing trees, animals, and beautiful artworks. He would spend long hours sketching and creating magnificent pieces of art. One day, Hassan's family received an invitation to participate in a grand art exhibition in the city. They decided to go together and support Hassan in achieving his dream. The city was filled with colors, art, and creativity. Hassan displayed his vibrant paintings at the exhibition, captivating people with his talent and artistic skills. Everyone reacted with great admiration to his paintings, and Hassan became the talk of the town. This marked the beginning of his bright artistic journey. With time, Hassan became a renowned painter around the world. His beautiful artworks were admired, and he received numerous awards and accolades. His paintings spoke of love, peace, and the beauty of the world. However, Hassan never forgot his roots and the family that supported him at every step of his journey. He decided to return to his small village and present a special gift to his family. One day, Hassan painted a large and beautiful canvas portraying his family and their village. He used vibrant colors and intricate details to depict the love and happiness he felt with his family and in his village. When Hassan's family saw the painting, they were mesmerized by its beauty and filled with feelings of pride and happiness. The painting was an expression of his love and gratitude towards them for their constant support. Finally, Hassan presented the painting to his family and village in a grand celebration. The painting was showcased with pride, and the moment was marked by joy and profound impact. Hassan continued his artistic journey, becoming a symbol of inspiration and innovation. He established an art gallery in his village, where local artists could showcase their work and share their creativity with the public. Thus, Hassan's family and their village lived in happiness and peace, cherishing the memory of Hassan's contribution to art and beauty. Hassan continued to paint dreams and share happiness with those around him. In a distant land, there was a peaceful and beautiful village called Rose Village. The village was known for its lush green meadows and its beautiful pink trees that stretched across vast expanses. In this village, a young boy named Kareem lived. Kareem was a wise and intelligent child who loved exploring nature and learning about different animals and plants. He had a great passion for learning and discovery, and he dreamed of becoming a famous scientist who would uncover the secrets of nature. One day, while Kareem was wandering in the forest near the village, he found a bright pink necklace hanging from a tree. The necklace emitted a magical and beautiful glow. Kareem took the necklace and realized that it was not just an ordinary necklace, but it held extraordinary powers. As Kareem wore the necklace, he felt something strange happening around him. The surroundings transformed into a breathtaking, fantastical world filled with vibrant colors and peculiar shapes. He found himself in the realm of fantasy, where magical creatures, princesses, and kind monsters lived. During his journey in the realm of fantasy, Kareem encountered a delicate and beautiful princess named Salma. Salma was held captive in a magical castle under the control of an evil sorceress named Myra. Kareem decided to help Salma and rescue her from Myra's clutches. They traversed enchanting landscapes, narrow passageways, and faced various dangers. They encountered challenging obstacles and perilous risks, but they used bravery and intelligence to overcome each difficulty. Throughout their journey, a strong bond formed between Kareem and Salma as they learned from each other and supported one another. Finally, they reached Myra's evil castle. They confronted Myra in an epic battle between good and evil. Kareem used the power of the necklace and his inner courage to confront Myra and defeat her. After Myra's defeat, Salma was freed, and peace and happiness were restored to the realm of fantasy. Kareem became a celebrated hero and cherished the memories of this marvelous journey forever. Kareem returned to his Rose Village, carried on the shoulders of the people who celebrated him with music and games. He became an inspirational story in the hearts of children and adults alike, and his village thrived with colors and happiness. Following that, Kareem achieved his dream of becoming a renowned scientist and dedicated himself to studying and exploring nature and the magical creatures. His life story became a tale passed down through generations, inspiring others to explore the world and chase their dreams with bravery and faith. In a peaceful and beautiful village, there lived a young boy named Ali. Ali was a smart and determined child, with a great passion for exploration and learning. He loved reading books and discovering the world around him. One day, Ali found an old book hidden in the cellar of his house. The book was covered in dust and appeared to be very old. Curiously, Ali decided to open the book and discovered that it told a story about a magical land filled with mythical creatures and fantastic adventures. Ali began reading the book, and the words took him on a magical journey. He imagined himself in the world of fantasy, wandering through enchanted forests, facing challenges, and uncovering hidden secrets. The story narrated the tale of a young hero named Zaid, who sought to save the magical kingdom from the forces of evil that threatened it. Zaid was brave and wise, and he discovered that he had a supernatural power that he could use to defeat evil and restore peace and happiness to the kingdom. Ali was excited by the reading, but he wished he could experience this story for himself. Thanks to the hidden magic within the book's pages, his wish came true. Suddenly, Ali found himself in the midst of the magical forest. He transformed into Zaid, the brave hero of the story. He faced challenges, learned valuable lessons, and discovered friendship and bravery on his journey. Days went by, and Ali thoroughly enjoyed living in the world of imagination. He discovered his newfound abilities, grew in courage and optimism, and learned something new every day while making new friendships. However, despite all the adventures and fun, Ali missed his family and his real life. He decided to return to reality, but with the experience and wisdom he gained from his journey. When he returned, Ali was more confident and optimistic. He decided to share his adventures and experiences with his family and friends, inspiring them with his story and teaching them important values such as bravery, optimism, and friendship. Ali became a hero in his real life and continued to pursue his dreams and help others. Thus, Ali's story became an inspiring tale for everyone, reminding us of the importance of imagination, courage, and determination in achieving our dreams.
In a small, rural town, there was a small house situated atop a hill. In this house, lived a humble family consisting of a father, a mother, and their 2 children, Noor and Jasmine. The family led a peaceful and happy life, cherishing the simple things and the strong familial love they shared. One day, Jasmine discovered an old book in an antique cabinet within the house. The book was a collection of thrilling stories and exciting adventures. Jasmine became excited to share the stories with her family. They began reading the stories together every evening. The tales took them on journeys filled with adventure, excitement, and imagination. Those moments filled their hearts with joy and brought them closer to one another. As time went on, Jasmine decided to write her own story. She imagined a tale about a brave girl named Layla, who sought to help her friends and face challenges and risks. Jasmine wrote an engaging story, brimming with adventures, friendship, and courage. She shared her new story with her family, and they all eagerly listened. They decided to perform Jasmine's exciting story in a small celebration in the town. The family prepared for the event, working together on decorations, costumes, and music. Many townspeople came to listen to Jasmine's story and witness the family's performance. The story began, with Jasmine narrating the events and portraying the role of Layla. The family members embodied different characters, using their creativity and acting skills to bring the story to life. Everyone in the audience enthusiastically engaged, their faces filled with smiles of happiness. When the story came to an end, applause and cheers filled the air. The children felt inspired and valued, while the adults were inspired and amazed by Jasmine's ability to create such wonderful stories. Since then, Jasmine's family continued to present thrilling stories and artistic performances in the town. They became an integral part of the local community, serving as a source of inspiration and entertainment. Thus, Jasmine's story and her family became a legend in the town, as the stories and theatrical performances continued to stimulate creativity, foster participation, and enhance the spirit of the community. This tale left a positive impact on people's hearts, showcasing the power of family and dreams in achieving happiness, communication, and entertainment. In a distant and magical era, in a land far away, there was a small village called the Village of Dreams. The village was filled with green trees and colorful flowers, and its people lived simple and happy lives. In this village, there lived a young and beautiful girl named Aya. Aya had a vivid imagination and a passion for books and fantasy stories. She loved spending time in the small village library, where she immersed herself in the worlds of imagination and enjoyed the adventures of the characters. On a beautiful sunny day, while Aya was wandering in the forest surrounding the village, she found a mysterious book lying on the ground. The book was adorned with beautiful drawings and colors, and its title was The Gateway to Worlds. Aya was intrigued by the book and brought it home. As soon as she opened it, she discovered that the book was a magical gateway that transported her to different fantasy worlds. She realized that she could travel through time and space and explore the amazing realms held within the book's pages. Aya seized this wonderful opportunity and began a new adventure every time she read the book. She traversed worlds of magic and excitement, facing challenges and risks. She learned new lessons and discovered hidden talents, becoming a heroine who fought against evil and restored peace and justice to the worlds she visited. Aya's fantastical journeys transformed her completely. She became more confident and courageous in facing challenges. She had the power to influence the worlds she visited and make them better through her inner strength and desire to serve good. Every time Aya returned to the village, she felt happiness and contentment. She narrated her thrilling adventures to her friends and family, inspiring them with bravery and creativity. And so, Aya continued her fantastical journeys, and her story became beloved in the village. She transformed from an ordinary girl into a brave heroine who lived the grandest fantasies and inspired others with her abilities and determination. At the end of her adventure, when Aya reached the final page of the book, she discovered that the greatest adventures lie within herself. She realized that imagination and creativity have no limits and that she was capable of achieving her dreams and shaping her own future. In a distant and enchanting world, there was a small house located in a beautiful and peaceful village. In this house, lived a humble family consisting of a father, a mother, and their only daughter, Layla. Layla was a playful and intelligent child who loved exploring and adventuring in the forest. One day, while Layla was exploring the forest, she stumbled upon a small cave hidden behind the trees. Curiously, she entered the cave and discovered an astonishing story. The story told of a lost kingdom where a tribe of diverse magical creatures lived. This tribe existed in peace and happiness, possessing magical powers to maintain the balance of nature and protect against evil. The tale of the lost kingdom captivated Layla's attention, and she decided to become the hero of the story. She resolved to search for the lost kingdom and restore peace and happiness to this magical tribe. Layla's journey began, filled with adventures and challenges. She faced difficult tests and encountered perilous risks, yet she never lost hope or courage. Along the way, she learned the values of patience, cooperation, and self-confidence. During her quest, Layla met astonishing magical characters who supported and assisted her. A strong bond formed between Layla and these characters, transforming them into a team working together to restore the Lost Kingdom. After epic adventures, Layla and her team arrived at the Lost Kingdom. They confronted the villain who had stolen the magical power and attempted to destroy the magical tribe. With bravery, they defied the villain and utilized their inner strength and cooperation to defeat him and restore peace to the kingdom. Upon their triumph, the tribe welcomed Layla and her team with joy and gratitude. Layla was hailed as the brave heroine who restored peace to the kingdom, bringing hope and happiness to the tribe. Layla returned to her home, carried on the shoulders of people amidst a grand celebration. Her story became an inspiration to everyone, demonstrating the power of bravery and determination in facing challenges. Layla continued to share her story and inspire other children to be courageous in their lives. Since then, her story and adventures spread throughout the world, becoming a fantastical tale passed down to future generations.
In the heart of a dense forest, a little rabbit named Lonnie lived. Lonnie was a brave and adventurous rabbit who loved to explore the world around him. He spent his days hopping from flower to flower and enjoying the beauty of nature. One day, while Lonnie was exploring a crossroad, he found a hidden path covered by chestnut trees. Without hesitation, Lonnie ventured forward to explore. As expected, there was a magical world behind those trees. Upon entering the magical world, Lonnie discovered that it was filled with enchanting creatures and mesmerizing colors. The trees could talk, the flowers danced, and the breezes carried the sounds of tales. Lonnie became excited to explore this new and thrilling world. During his journey, Lonnie met a butterfly named Lily. Lily was beautiful and kind, and she possessed a unique ability to create magical colors. They became friends and spent a lot of time together, climbing blue mountains and flying over green forests. But on one occasion, Lily suddenly disappeared, leaving Lonnie in deep sorrow. Lonnie didn't know what had happened to his friend, but he was determined to find her and help her. He decided to search throughout the magical world and face the challenges that he might encounter. Days and nights passed, and Lonnie encountered different magical creatures and discovered new adventures in every corner of the magical world. He gained bravery and wisdom with each challenge he faced, but he never stopped searching for Lily. Finally, after a long wait, Lonnie found Lily in the heart of a magical lake. Lily was held captive by an evil sorcerer who sought to use her magical abilities for malicious purposes. But Lonnie didn't hesitate for a moment and confronted the Avildor, fighting to rescue his friend. Using courage and determination, Lonnie managed to defeat the villain and set Lily free. It was a moment filled with joy and profound impact. Lily thanked Lonnie for his bravery and loyalty, realizing the power of friendship and sacrifice. Lonnie and Lily returned to their village, where everyone was eagerly waiting for them. Lonnie became a hero in the eyes of all, and the village embraced him with warmth and gratitude. Since then, the story of Lonnie and Lily became a beloved tale in the village. It was told repeatedly to inspire children with courage, friendship, and adventure. The story of Lonnie and Lily proved that bravery and self-belief can achieve the impossible and make the world a better place.
In a magical village overlooking a beautiful blue lake, there lived a small family consisting of a father, mother, and their only daughter, Llama. Llama was a beautiful and intelligent girl who loved games and adventures. On a sunny and beautiful day, Llama decided to go out and play in the forest near the village. She enjoyed nature and explored the trees, flowers, and animals. In the midst of the forest, Llama discovered a hidden magical door behind a big tree. Curiously, Llama opened the magical door and entered a completely new world. She discovered that she had arrived in the land of fantasy, where trees could talk and animals could speak and feel emotions like humans. This land was full of colors, beauty, and magic. Llama embarked on her adventure in the land of fantasy, where she met enchanting characters and peculiar creatures. She traveled through amazing lands and explored magnificent palaces and enchanting forests. Each journey made her discover something new about herself and the world around her. Llama would meet new friends in each journey. They would share adventures with her and teach her new values like friendship, bravery, and self-belief. Together, they would face challenges and risks and help each other in achieving their dreams. Over time, Llama became a strong and brave character. She saved kingdoms from evil and restored peace and happiness to the worlds she visited. She became famous in the land of fantasy for her noble deeds and strong will. But despite the adventures and games, Llama missed her family and her village. She decided to return to her ordinary life, but with a heart filled with hope and beautiful memories. When Llama returned to her village, her story turned into a legend. People remembered her amazing adventures and how she inspired them with her courage and optimism. Llama became a source of inspiration for other children to explore the world and pursue their dreams. And so, Llama's story continued in the daily life of the village. People would tell and retell the story, inspiring future generations with the spirit of adventure, imagination, and bravery. In a distant land, there was a beautiful village called Taleville. The village was known for its magical and fascinating stories that were told to children every night. And in this village, there lived a young girl named Nora. Nora was a smart and creative girl with an endless imagination. She loved reading and listening to stories, and she dreamt of becoming a famous storyteller in the future. One day, Nora decided to start writing her own story. She sat in her small room with papers and pens and began to imagine characters, events, and new worlds. She traveled with her mind to amazing adventures and explored unknown magical realms. While she was writing, something strange happened. Nora was surprised to see that the characters she wrote about came to life right before her eyes. The room transformed into a magical world where the things she wrote about happened. Nora was amazed but excited to see her story come to life. She decided to explore the new world she had created herself. She jumped into the page and found herself in the fantasy world she had created. There, Nora met the characters from the story she had written. She wandered through the bright forest, explored magical castles, and learned wise lessons from the enchanting characters she had made. She lived thrilling adventures and faced challenges with bravery. As she lived the story, Nora realized the importance of friendship, adventure, and creativity. She learned that imagination and stories can change the world and inspire others. Nora became a famous storyteller in the village, where she inspired children with her own story and positively impacted their lives. After a wonderful and challenging adventure, Nora decided to return to the real world. She left the world of fantasy and returned to her room, carrying her own story and the valuable experiences she had lived. Since then, Nora continued writing and storytelling. She became a renowned author of fantasy tales and inspired children with her abilities and creativity. Her amazing story told the tale of bravery, imagination, and determination, and it became a story passed down through generations, inspiring children to explore the world around them and pursue their dreams.
In a small city called Dreamville, where everyone lived a happy and adventurous life, there was a young boy named Adam. Adam was a creative and intelligent child with a vivid imagination, and he had a love for dreams and fantasy stories. One night, Adam couldn't sleep due to his excitement to explore the world of dreams. He decided to embark on an imaginary journey to the realms of fantasy and adventure. He put on his favorite hat and packed his bag full of fantasy books and magazines, then turned off the lights and entered the world of dreams. Upon arriving in the dream world, Adam transformed into a fictional character called the Brave Knight. He wielded a magical sword and had the ability to communicate with magical creatures. During his journey, the Brave Knight met a sorceress princess named Amal. Amal was a beautiful and kind-hearted girl with powerful magical abilities. They quickly became friends and partners in their adventures. Together, the brave knight and Princess Amal explored the realms of fantasy, facing challenges and risks. They visited magical castles and forests filled with monsters, and they confronted the evil sorceress who tried to steal dreams. The brave knight and Princess Amal learned a lot during their journeys, including the values of bravery, friendship, and self-belief. In each adventure they faced, they worked together as a team and used their magical abilities to fight evil and restore peace and justice. Days and nights passed, and the brave knight and Princess Amal enjoyed their adventures and dreams. They lived in a world full of surprises, fun, and magic. And every time they returned to reality, they felt happiness and fulfillment. When Adam returned to reality, he was filled with inspiration and creativity. He decided to share his stories and adventures with others. He began writing fantasy tales that inspired children and carried positive messages and important values. Adam became a renowned author of fantasy stories, and his tales gained great popularity among children. People remembered the story of the brave knight and Princess Amal and how it inspired them with bravery and belief in dreams. Since then, Adam's story continued in the daily lives of children. It was told repeatedly to inspire future generations with the power of imagination, creativity, and courage. The story reminded children that they have the ability to create their own worlds and achieve their dreams.
In a long time ago, in a small town called Dreamville, there lived a beautiful young girl named Lilia. Lilia was smart and creative, and she loved reading and fantasy tales. One night, as Lilia was getting ready for bed, she heard a strange noise coming from her closet. Curious, she decided to open the closet and see what was happening. To her surprise, when she opened the closet, Lilia was transported into a magical world filled with mythical creatures and enchanting colors. This world was the dreamland, where dreams could come true and adventures could become reality. In her journey through the dreamland, Lilia met magical characters and fantastical creatures. They explored breathtaking worlds and faced thrilling challenges wherever they went. She felt happiness and excitement as she discovered the new world. Throughout her journey, Lilia learned important values such as bravery, friendship, and self-belief. Over time, she grew stronger and more confident in herself. She transformed into a true heroine, saving kingdoms from evil and restoring peace and happiness. When the time came to return to the real world, Lilia was grateful for the magical journey and the experiences she had lived. She had learned a lot about herself and the power she possessed to achieve her dreams. As she opened her eyes, Lilia found herself back in her room. But she carried beautiful memories and thrilling stories in her heart. She decided to share these stories with everyone, to inspire them and make them dream and believe in the power of imagination. Since then, Lilia became a famous storyteller. Her fantastical tales were told in Dreamville, inspiring children with bravery, creativity, and big dreams. Lilia became a symbol of hope and optimism, and everyone who heard her stories felt happiness and inspiration. In a small city called Colorville, everyone lived a happy and creative life. In this city, there lived a young girl named Layla. Layla was a playful and imaginative girl who had a deep love for colors and art. One day, while strolling in the garden, Layla discovered a secret path covered with colorful flowers. Curiosity sparked within her, and she decided to follow the path and find out what lay at its end. As she reached the end, she found herself in a marvelous world filled with enchanting colors. This world was the kingdom of colors, where objects and creatures spoke and expressed themselves through their vibrant hues. Layla began to explore the kingdom of colors and discover its magical and diverse hues. She met enchanting creatures like colorful butterflies, dancing flowers, and rainbow-tailed birds. Layla learned that colors had the power to convey emotions and feelings. While Layla enjoyed her journey in the kingdom of colors, she encountered a great challenge. The kingdom had fallen into darkness and grayness, losing its beautiful colors. An evil sorcerer was stealing the colors, trying to keep the kingdom in darkness. But Layla refused to give up. She decided to save the kingdom of colors and restore its vibrant hues. Using her creative imagination and her favorite colors, she created a magical brush that could restore the colors. With the help of the magical brush, Layla brought back the colors to the kingdom of colors, banishing the darkness and grayness. Objects once again expressed their beauty and radiance through bright and joyful colors. Layla became a heroine in the kingdom of colors, celebrated by its inhabitants who thanked her for her bravery and determination. She became a symbol of creativity and beauty in the city. Returning to her own city, Layla carried with her the colors and inspiration. She became a renowned painter, exhibiting her artworks in galleries and museums. She inspired people with her beautiful colors and left a lasting impact on their lives through her creativity. Since then, Layla's story continued in the daily lives of children. It was told repeatedly to inspire future generations with creativity, bravery, and beauty. It reminded children that they have the power to make the world more vibrant and beautiful through their unique colors and boundless creativity. Once upon a time, in a beautiful village surrounded by breathtaking nature, there lived a young girl named Lena. Lena was a cheerful and curious child who loved exploring the world around her. One day, while wandering in the enchanting forest that surrounded the village, Lena discovered a secret path covered in wildflower trees. Filled with wonder and curiosity, she decided to follow the path and see what she would discover at its end. After hours of walking, Lena found herself standing in front of a massive door that opened to a world filled with colors, music, and happiness. This world was the realm of wishes, where dreams could come true and wishes could become reality. Lena entered the new world with indescribable joy and astonishment. Wishes soared through the sky like colorful butterflies, trees sang beautiful melodies, and magical creatures spoke the language of love. She explored the magical realms within the realm of wishes, encountering fantastical creatures such as kind fairies, beautiful unicorns, and gentle dwarfs. From them, she learned important values like friendship, generosity, and love. In every corner of the realm of wishes, a new wish came true for Lena. She wished to see the world from the sky and became able to fly on the back of a magical dragon. She wished to become a queen of enchanting palaces and found herself adorned with a sparkling crown, ruling the kingdoms with wisdom and fairness. However, as Lena enjoyed fulfilling her wishes, she realized that true happiness did not lie in material possessions or power. It resided in inner joy and the ability to share goodness with others. When the time came to return to the real world, Lena was filled with enthusiasm and inspiration. She returned to her village and shared the incredible stories and experiences she had in the realm of wishes. She inspired children with their dreams and wishes, teaching them that the power to achieve their dreams lies within their hearts and their creative spirits. Since then, Lena's story continued in the daily lives of children. It was told repeatedly to inspire future generations with love, happiness, and the ability to fulfill their wishes. It reminded children that they have the power to make the world more magical and radiant through their imaginative dreams and wishes. Once upon a time, in a magical village called Dreamville, there lived a young girl named Sarah. Sarah was a playful and imaginative child with a boundless imagination. One night, as Sarah was getting ready for bed, she noticed a bright shining star in the sky. Curiosity sparked within her, and she decided to follow the star and see where it would lead her. Sarah ventured into the dark night, following the radiant star until she arrived at a magical green forest. The trees glowed, flowers danced, and animals spoke. In the heart of the forest, she found a small carved door within a wall of trees. She entered through the door and discovered herself in a marvelous world called the realm of fantasy. The world was filled with enchanting creatures, mythical places, and thrilling adventures. Sarah explored the new world and encountered magnificent magical creatures such as fairies, unicorns, and dragons. From them, she learned about friendship, bravery, and creativity. She embarked on wonderful adventures in magical palaces and explored unfamiliar lands. Over time, Sarah became a beloved character in the realm of fantasy. She became the courageous princess who saved the world from evil and restored peace and happiness to the besieged kingdoms. Her story was told repeatedly, inspiring children with bravery, self-belief, and the power of imagination. One day, when Sarah returned to her village, she carried precious memories and experiences. She became a symbol of hope and inspiration in her community, sharing her story and inspiring others with her creative ideas and exciting adventures. Since then, Sarah's story continued in the daily lives of children. It was retold repeatedly, inspiring future generations with bravery, creativity, and the ability to create their own worlds. It reminded children that they have the power to pursue their dreams, and that imagination and creativity can change the world, making it more beautiful and joyful. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a charming village nestled among towering trees and beautiful flowers. In this village, a young girl named Lila lived. Lila was a playful and imaginative girl with an endless imagination. Lila loved spending her time exploring nature and discovering the hidden places in the village. One day, while wandering through the forest, she came across a secret path covered in colorful rose trees. Filled with curiosity, she decided to follow the path and see where it would lead her. Lila continued walking along the secret path, and the flowers shimmered around her. At the end of the path, she discovered a magical place radiating with light and beauty. This place was the Garden of Dreams, where wishes and beautiful dreams came true. As Lila entered the Garden of Dreams, she found herself surrounded by towering trees and flowers in vibrant colors. The garden was filled with happiness and joy, and magical creatures gracefully roamed its grounds. Lila made her way to the sparkling fountain in the center of the garden, where she encountered a small fairy wearing a dress made of flowers. The fairy greeted Lila and said, "Welcome to the Garden of Dreams. I am the Wish Fairy, and I am here to help you fulfill your dreams." Lila began sharing her dreams with the Wish Fairy, whispering her greatest wish. She wanted to become a professional dancer and showcase her beautiful dances to the world. The Wish Fairy touched Lila's heart with a magical wand, and suddenly, Lila transformed into a magnificent dancer. Her dreams had come true. She danced with creativity and grace, gliding around the garden with lightness and joy. In the following days, Lila became a renowned dancer in the village. She showcased her mesmerizing dances in theaters and festivals, inspiring everyone with her unique talent. As time went on, Lila continued to fulfill her dreams and share happiness and inspiration with others. Her story became well known in the village, told to children and adults alike, inspiring them with courage and belief in their dreams. Since then, Lila's story has lived on in the hearts of people. It is retold repeatedly to inspire future generations with their power to achieve their dreams and share joy and creativity with the world. It reminds children that they have the strength to make their dreams come true and bring happiness into their lives and the lives of others. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a charming village nestled among towering trees and beautiful flowers. In this village, a young girl named Lila lived. Lila was a playful and imaginative girl with an endless imagination. Lila loved spending her time exploring nature and discovering the hidden places in the village. One day, while wandering through the forest, she came across a secret path covered in colorful rose trees. Filled with curiosity, she decided to follow the path and see where it would lead her. Lila continued walking along the secret path, and the flowers shimmered around her. At the end of the path, she discovered a magical place radiating with light and beauty. This place was the Garden of Dreams, where wishes and beautiful dreams came true. As Lila entered the Garden of Dreams, she found herself surrounded by towering trees and flowers in vibrant colors. The garden was filled with happiness and joy, and magical creatures gracefully roamed its grounds. Lila made her way to the sparkling fountain in the center of the garden, where she encountered a small fairy wearing a dress made of flowers. The fairy greeted Lila and said, "Welcome to the Garden of Dreams. I am the Wish Fairy, and I am here to help you fulfill your dreams." Lila began sharing her dreams with the Wish Fairy, whispering her greatest wish. She wanted to become a professional dancer and showcase her beautiful dances to the world. The Wish Fairy touched Lila's heart with a magical wand, and suddenly, Lila transformed into a magnificent dancer. Her dreams had come true. She danced with creativity and grace, gliding around the garden with lightness and joy. In the following days, Lila became a renowned dancer in the village. She showcased her mesmerizing dances in theaters and festivals, inspiring everyone with her unique talent. As time went on, Lila continued to fulfill her dreams and share happiness and inspiration with others. Her story became well known in the village, told to children and adults alike, inspiring them with courage and belief in their dreams. Since then, Lila's story has lived on in the hearts of people. It is retold repeatedly to inspire future generations with their power to achieve their dreams and share joy and creativity with the world. It reminds children that they have the strength to make their dreams come true and bring happiness into their lives and the lives of others.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Once upon a time, in a distant and beautiful land, there was a small village where a humble family lived. The family consisted of a father, a mother, and 3 children. They loved each other and lived a simple and happy life. One day, an unexpected incident occurred that completely changed their lives. While enjoying a beautiful day in the countryside, one of the young children got lost in the dense forest. They searched for him among the trees and grass, but they couldn't find him. The family lived in deep sorrow and anxiety, unable to find a way back to their usual happiness. The father and mother wept for the separation from their child, and the other children felt sadness and loss. While they were living in this deep sadness, an unexpected miracle happened. A strange man appeared, dressed in magical attire and holding a magical staff. The stranger said, "I am a sorcerer who can grant your wish and bring your lost child back to you." The family was perplexed, but the sorcerer informed them that there was one condition to fulfill their wish. He said, "You must embark on a dangerous journey and face challenges and risks to prove your true strength and determination." The family began their perilous adventure, passing through scorching deserts, towering mountains, and dark forests. At each location, they encountered a new challenge, relying on their inner strength and mutual cooperation to overcome obstacles. After a long and adventurous journey, they reached an ancient, abandoned castle. Inside, they discovered their lost child waiting for them. He had been held captive by an evil sorcerer who aspired for unlimited power. Thanks to the family's bravery and determination, they managed to defeat the wicked sorcerer and rescue their child. The family returned to their village with pride and immense happiness, where everyone awaited them and celebrated them as true heroes. Since that day, the family's story continued as a famous tale in the village. It was retold over and over again to inspire children and adults with courage, patience, and sacrifice for the ones they love. Their story reminded everyone that family, unity, and unwavering determination can overcome the greatest challenges in life. In the end, hope, love, and resilience remain the keys to achieving success and happiness in life.
Once upon a time, in a distant land at the foot of towering mountains, there was a charming village called the Village of Dreams. In this village, a young girl named Lena lived. Lena was an intelligent and creative girl with boundless imagination. One day, while exploring the secret corners of the village, Lena discovered a small gate adorned with roses. She passed through the gate and found herself in a magical world filled with vibrant colors and fantastical creatures. This world was the realm of dreams, where dreams could come true and imagination became reality. During her journey in the realm of dreams, Lena encountered enchanting characters and mythical creatures living in magical realms and colorful forests. Lena learned that dreams held limitless power and that she could create a world of her own. In one of her adventures, Lena met the queen who ruled over the realm of dreams. The queen presented Lena with a magical wand that granted her the ability to fulfill any wish she desired. This wand became the key to realizing Lena's dreams and changing the world around her. Lena decided to use the power of the magical wand for the greater good and to bring about change in the world. Her first wish was for the world to be a safe and happy place for everyone. Lena unleashed her magic and witnessed beautiful wishes coming true in every corner of the world. Lena didn't stop there. She used the magical wand to create enchanting gardens, beautiful cities, and places for play and adventure. She worked to improve people's lives and make them happier and more harmonious. Over time, Lena became a symbol of hope and change. She inspired people with her beautiful dreams and taught them that they could achieve amazing things if they had the will and believed in their inner strength. Since then, Lena's story has continued in the daily lives of children. It is retold repeatedly to inspire them with courage, creativity, and the power of dreams. It reminds children that they have the power to make the world a better and more beautiful place through their imagination and limitless creativity.